Welcome back to Movie Trailer Reviews podcast with your host, Chris. And we got Phenom back finally on Movie Trailer Reviews. I feel like it's been a while since I've actually had you on for one of these to review a movie. It's funny, I finally get you on, and now you're reviewing the movie that I didn't see, but you did. We are here to review Downsizing, starring Matt Damon and directed by Alexander Payne. A social satire in which a guy realized that he would have a better life if he were to shrink himself. Again, like I said, it's starring Matt Damon, Christopher Waltz, and so I was going to see this film, but the two times that they had it before we voted as a Washington Area Film Critic Association member, I just couldn't make it. Then they had it again, and I think it was, where was this one? This was in the Charles Theater.
Yep.
And I just didn't feel like driving all the way up there. Because the early buzz on it was that it wasn't that. I mean, it was okay, but not that great. And I was like, I don't think I want to drive all the way up there for that. So, the trailer for it looked interesting, but at the same time, I'm kind of getting tired of Matt Damon.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Something just told me that maybe this film isn't. I don't know. I was just like, I wasn't completely feeling it. It looked interesting, but I don't know, wasn't going. So. Tell me, what did you think of the film?
All right, so the trailer is a lie. That's the first problem. The trailer gives you this magical feeling like they have the like they put the perfect song. They have Matt Damon in it looking like the schlup who decides that, oh, this new downsizing shit we're doing, that might be it. That's what I need to make my life better. And his wife abandons him. It's Kristen Wig. And he has to go into this life alone. And, you know, he was influenced by his friend, Jason Sudeikis, who seems to be living it up small. And you see him talking to Jason Sudeikis. And Jason Sudeikis is kind of like the person he turns to for support when he's feeling down. You see a scene where he's getting like partying and he looks kind of high. And he's really enjoying this new downsizing life and exposing himself to the culture, becoming an extrovert and finding himself. That is absolutely not what the fuck this movie is about. First off, it is about downsizing. They create this new technology and it moves very fast. They show you the whole discovery of it and how it came to the public eye. And immediately they turn it into like a lifestyle. Literally the place he moves to, and you can see it's in the trailer, it's called Leisureland. So that's where you go when you get downsized. You go through this, you have to sign a contract and it's permanent. It's, you know, you go through all of this legal stuff, and people, I think typically people go there as families or as couples. It's not really something that you kind of just do when you're on your own, but he gets stuck that way because Kristen Wig hilariously bails on him last minute.
You know the weird thing about, so here, just to cut you off real quick, it's the one thing that I think turned me off on the film is I saw one trailer which literally gives you like, it feels like it gives me a lot of the story. So they show you Wig bailing on him in one of the trailers, and I'm like, that's a weird thing to show me right now. Kind of like, it feels like I'm getting a lot of the fucking movie in this trailer, and I'm always wary about trailers that do that because it makes you go, feels like you're not comfortable. You're not comfortable enough in your film. Can you show me everything?
It's huge misdirection. He gets downsized and he goes on. He has to deal with being a downsized person, and the first thing that he realizes when he comes downsized is ain't shit changed. He's still a fucking schlup. Like he's still him. And then the story progresses from there. And that's the part that you don't see in the trailer, really. They show you clips, but they really don't give you the full scope of what this movie really is about. And this movie is more like a political statement. At the same time, it's like a dramedy and a romance to a degree. And that's where it kind of gets weird. So Jason Sudeikis is in the trailer a lot. Every speaking scene for Jason Sudeikis in this movie is in that trailer. Jason Sudeikis is in this film for a smooth 5 minutes.
Good God.
And I think that's my biggest issue with this shit. because the person who should have been in the trailer, the person who they should have shown as the supporting actor of this movie is the person that got nominated for a Golden Globe for it. Hong Chau. You see her in the trailer twice. She speaks 2 words in the trailer. And you probably don't even know who she is. She's the Vietnamese woman sitting next to him on one of the bus rides in the trailer.
You know, I kind of figured she had a bigger role. There is a scene in the movie. There's a scene in the trailer where you kind of see him later on in the film, and I'm like, I bet you I think she has a bigger role.
Bruh, she single-handedly, whatever there is to save about this film, she saves it. She is the star of this movie. She is the light in this film. This movie should have been about her character. It should not. And that's where the whole, like, the white male Hollywood shit comes in, because they felt like they needed to cast Matt Damon and use his face and put him in a fat suit to push this movie. And you see how critics are reacting. There's a reason they're reacting that way, because his character isn't really fucking likable. He really is just a loser. There's nothing special about him, and he can't make a fucking decision to save his goddamn life. But Hong Chau, her character is bravery, strength, beauty, heroism. Like, dog, she played the shit out of this character. She is funny. She's charismatic. Like, if you go see this film, go see it for her, because she will have you dying in the theater with her scenes. She is raw. You know, she is, like, blunt. It is beautiful, man. Like, this actress, and I had to, she did her character so well in this movie that I had to go back and watch an interview to make sure that's not actually how she talks. Because I was like, oh my God, did they really cast a refugee who can act to be in this film? And then I started looking through her IMDb. She's been on Treme. She's been on, Inherent Vice on HBO, or the movie that came out a while ago. Like, she's got acting chops. She's been around. This is where she's gonna shine. And another thing I didn't see, people kept talking about Downsizing, and they kept doing interviews with Matt. They weren't doing interviews with her until, like, very recently.
Let me guess. Let me again, I haven't seen this film. Let me guess. Part of the thing they do with Downsizing, they downsize refugees and they downsize immigrants. Right. And that's the real story here of them using downsizing to throw away people.
It's not even just that. It's not even just that. Like, that's just one part of it, right? That's a very small part to introduce her character. The downsizing thing gets looked at from all these different perspectives in the film. So once you really get into the story, Matt Damon isn't even, like, the central character anymore. There's just all this business about it. That's where Christoph Waltz character comes into play, and he's barely in the trailer. They show you him once leaning on a fucking counter, and that's it. He's a huge part in this movie as well.
Yo, they did the same.
I don't know who cut this trailer, but they wanted to cut this trailer like it was a Christmas family movie. It is absolutely not. Like, there are many penises shown in this movie during the whole downsizing process. So right there, it's not going to be for some parents and their kids. They make crude jokes, like, that are clearly for adults. It's very slow paced. It's dry in a lot of scenes. It's absolutely too long. But there is so much charisma in Hong Chau, and I'm probably saying her name wrong, that you kind of have to see this movie to see why she got nominated, man. Like, if anything, just walk in the theater 20 minutes late. I'm dead serious. Walk into the film 20 minutes fucking late for this, and you will see one of the most amazing performances from an actor or actress this year, right? Sally Hawkins is number 1 on my list. Hong Chau is a strong number 2. Like, she's a 2+ for her role in this. She, like, oh my God, she is amazing in this, Chris. Like, I swear to God, bruh, she's so goddamn good, man. She's funny as fuck. She's so fucking funny. She spends most of her lines are dragging Matt Damon.
Yeah. I mean, everything else about this film kind of goes to promote Matt Damon, and I don't know why. I don't know, because even I'm on the IMDb site right now, and they have an ad for it. It's like Matt Damon right above in big letters above Downsizing, and it's like, it feels like they're trying to push this as a Matt Damon film, and
But
like
look at how many people are in it when they show you. When you went to see the trailer for this, and they showed you who was in it, like they did that thing where
they show all
they
the
know they have enough big names that before they show you the full credits at the end of the trailer, they're going to show you every person's name that's in it, and they're going to list it like in a drop down line menu, and that's what they did with this. So it was like Matt Damon, Jason Sudeikis, Kristen Wig, Laura Dern, Neil Patrick Harris, and he just keep going, right? Because Christoph Waltz, and he just keep going. Hong Chau's name might be in there somewhere at the bottom if it's even there. And she's the biggest star in this fucking movie as far as I'm concerned. All of the other people are already established actors. She's the one that carries this movie. And now she's getting interviews with all of the stuff going on with Matt Damon, as far as like controversially and him not knowing when to keep his fucking mouth shut. The studio should have cut a trailer with him and her's interactions, and he should have put this film on her back and let her carry it at the box office. Critics might have been more receptive to it if they'd have gone in looking for her instead of watching him.
Well, that's the funny thing about Hollywood too, right? They still feel the need to promote their film, that they need a big name white male actor to promote their films, when it's not true at all. They're doing it here with Downsizing, and then this whole thing that's going on with the next Fantastic Beasts movie, the Harry Potter spinoff film, where they refuse to recast Johnny Depp, and I'm like, why are you holding on to Johnny Depp when he's not the sell you think he is? And I'm gonna be honest here, I don't think Matt Damon is the sell they think he is either. I really don't. Like, especially with him continually putting his foot in his fucking mouth. Like, if they had actually, promoted the film with somebody else, or as the ensemble cast that it is, it might do a little bit better. But at this point, like, I just didn't care enough.
The male character could have been anybody else who can play a somber, sad white dude. It could have been anybody.
Would you? So you basically mean
they couldn't have cast anybody in Hong Chau's place, though. I don't think they could have cast anybody to do this role better than her. Okay, it's a beautiful story if you take it from her perspective. It's a beautiful story on its own without focusing on Matt Damon so much. The big seller when I saw the trailer for this wasn't Matt Damon. It was the idea of this whole downsizing concept. And they made it feel magical. This film would have worked so much better if Disney or Tim Burton had done it. It falls right into the category of like a Big Eyes, Big Fish type film. It's perfect for that. It's like this weird sci-fi-ish shit. And it's this weird culture that we know, but we really don't know. And they instantly jumped into the political conversation surrounding this before he was even downsized. So they tried to establish a very like solid ground. It really is one of those stories where, I was going to spoil something, but I'm not. They even take it from the perspective of the guy who invented it and how it has affected his life and what he feels about it. They show you all these different dynamics of people who have been downsized and what it's done or what it hasn't done for them. And despite downsizing being some shit that helps you escape your troubles, the type of shit that is required from our society for it to run the way people like it to run. And by that, I mean the atrocities and the shit that we will do despite us not needing to do that. Like the people's backs we will ride on to build our society does not go away with downsizing. Mm-hmm. And this film had a lot of messages. It had a lot of good messages. I don't think it's a terrible film. I think where it's sitting at on Rotten Tomatoes right now is perfect from critics. It is middling. It's a middling ass film, and it would have been better if they hadn't put so much damn focus on Matt Damon. It's a fun movie from Hong Chau's point of view, right? When the camera is on her, from her perspective, it is amazing. When every time it goes back to Matt, you're like, when is he going to stop speaking and let her speak again? So I recommend that you go see it for her. Like, I am 220% behind this actress. She killed this role.
What would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10, it's a 6.
6.
It's a 6 out of 10.
Cool. Yeah, I can't remember I don't know if they sent. I thought I saw them send me something for Downside. I'm not sure if they did or not. If not, I might go try to check it out of the theater. I think I might have gotten the screener for it though. I'm not sure. So, but yeah. Now that I know that it's not really focused on Matt Damon, I'm now again. It's so weird.
No, it focuses on him. It does focus on him.
Okay,
and then bring her in.
I got you. Okay,
and it focuses on them at that point.
Okay.
But she steals all of their scenes.
Yeah, which I don't think is that hard for Matt Damon at this point. Sorry, but I don't.
This is the other thing. It just ends. It just ends. It just ends. In the theater, it was, it's over.
Of course it does.
We're like, what the, wait. Because they introduce a huge peril in this movie, and then it just ends. So I'm telling you now, be prepared for that stuff. Go for her, not him. I guarantee you'll be like, yo, she killed that shit. She was funny. Like, she was the strength of this movie. And I don't know. I would guess that she is up against Sally Hawkins for this Best Supporting Actress Golden Globe Award. God, I want her to win, but I want Sally to win. I hate this. I'm torn.
Yeah, I actually think that Best Actress this year. One, I think Sally Hawkins should win fairly easily, but I haven't seen this one, but I've also seen Lady Bird and three Billboards, and there are some strong contenders for Best Actress this year.
That's my last one. That's the last film I got to watch.
Which one?
Is Three Billboards. I watched Disaster Artist last night. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Wait, I also got to send you Lady Bird too.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
I got that. So you know what? We'll talk after this, but I'll try to meet up with you this weekend to hand you over. We'll switch. I got to watch the Florida Project and some other ones.
Anyway, I can give all of those back. I'll watch Three Billboards. Yeah, we'll link up. We'll
figure that out.
I want to see Lady Bird.
Yeah, no, that was actually good too. So, like I said, there. I mean, like I said, I think this award season. That's why I can't wait for us next year when we do our little award season shows to talk about some of these movies. There's going to be a lot of people. I've been seeing a lot of people give their best movie, and I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of films you guys haven't seen yet, or you might not see, that are going to be up in the running for Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Actor, and you guys aren't going to see them because they're not going to be wide release films, but they're probably going to dominate and win this year. So
I can totally understand now a little better how you could give someone Best Supporting Actress in a film that's not that good.
Yes,
I I can definitely understand that more now.
Absolutely. So, all right. So there you guys have it. That is our review for Downsizing. You can find the rest of the reviews on Movie Trailer Reviews on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or go to mtrnetwork.net. Or you can find us on YouTube as well. I'm doing some more. We're doing these will definitely be up on YouTube. The audio ones will be on YouTube. I'm also doing some exclusive YouTube only reviews when I'm the only one that sees a movie. So my review for, if you wanted the review for Jumanji, is only up on YouTube. You can find it there. I did maybe a 15, 20-minute review on Jumanji, which short answer is it's actually surprisingly kind of enjoyable. I can't call it good, but considering that I thought it would be god awful, I actually enjoyed myself. So there's that. So go watch that review, spoiler free, on YouTube. I'm also going to put one up for Darkest Hour soon, and maybe a couple other ones that I've seen by myself, and I'll put those up on YouTube. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MTR Network. Yeah, folks. Again, thank you guys very much for listening, and we will be back soon. Peace.